Welcome to my Monday morning mindset motivation. I'm Georgie Hubbard and I am so excited that you decided to spend the start of your week with me. Let's set you up with the mindset it takes to lead. Hello and welcome to another episode of my Monday morning mindset motivation. So it's a Monday, it is a beautiful day here. Hopefully it is a beautiful day where you are as well. And we are now in, I think, week 4 or 5. I'm losing track. All the weeks, the days are all blending into one of isolation. Now, at this point in time, it would be very easy to get yourself into a little bit of a negative headspace and potentially to start feeling a little bit of stress. So this is what the Monday motivation is going to be on today, because I know that stress is something that we all deal with. You know, we are all human beings and we deal with stress in daily lives. Now, I, for one, have dealt with stress in my life. In my 20s, I suffered a lot with anxiety. I was always thinking about the future and usually the worst case scenarios, creating stories in my mind that when I look back were just absolutely ridiculous and were never going to happen. But we all have different ways of dealing with stress. And, you know, typically when people think stress management, they think, oh, I'll go and meditate, or I'll go and do yoga, or I'll go and exercise. And we're more, I guess, reactive than proactive when it comes to stress management. Well, I came across a technique that I want to share with you because I started doing this a year ago and it has had a huge impact on my mental and physical well-being. So I call it the release and reset formula. So what tends to happen when we get stressed is we have this sort of build up. You know, you might be somebody who tends to bottle everything, or you might be somebody like me who can tend to be a little bit more, reactive and sort of let things, you say something in the heat of the moment that maybe you don't mean. Now, what I've done to sort of prevent that from happening is when I feel the stress that has been triggered from an external event, maybe somebody said something, or you've just read something, or you've heard something on the news, and you'll instantly feel, I don't know about you, but I instantly feel a tightness in my body. My chest begins to tighten. I can feel my heart begin to race a little bit more, and I just sort of start to feel a little bit uneasy, right, in my body and in my mind. And then the thoughts start to spiral, and then before we know it, we've worked ourselves up into a bit of a frenzy, and we start to feel stressed. Now, over time, if that continues to happen, we actually then block our energies. And what I found in my life is the more I just kept on just going through life and stress was just piling up, things were continuing to happen, life happens. And it just sort of was one thing and then another thing. And then before I knew it, I was driving one day and someone cut me off and I just exploded. Or somebody said something to me and I overreacted. And these little things just tend to build up. And this is what tends to happen. And sometimes we don't realize this. And sometimes we'll wake up and we'll just feel really lethargic, low energy. And that's also down to stress as well, because if we're constantly just blocking up our energy with all this negativity, with all of these events and triggers, well, we're not then open to more amazing experiences and more incredible emotions. So we need to learn to release. So what I do now is when something happens in my life that does trigger me and my body starts to tense, I acknowledge it. I go, oh, okay. Something's happened. I've been triggered by something. I then accept, because all feelings want to be felt. So I honor the feeling. I go, okay, I'm acknowledging how I'm feeling. I pause, I'm present. I accept, okay, that's made me feel like this. That's okay. Now I have a choice. Do I want to bury that or, respond in the moment, in the height of that stressful feeling? Or do I just want to take a deep breath, fill up my belly, fill up my body with some oxygen, and release with a long, deep out breath? So what this does is it allows us to release in the moment. So we actually can then prevent the buildup of stress. So once I've taken a few nice deep breaths, when I feel that trigger, when I feel that stress rise in my body, I automatically start to feel calmer. So that slows down my thinking, slows down my mind. My chest begins to unravel and I don't feel as tight. And then what I do is I focus on something in that moment that I can be grateful for. Because when we're in a state of gratitude, we open up ourselves to more joy. We feel more energized. We feel calmer. We feel more present. And when we are in that state, that higher vibration, we actually then attract more things to be grateful for. So I then focus on something in the moment I'm grateful for. I take another nice deep in breath and I hold the image, the thing or the someone that I'm thinking about that I'm super grateful for. And I just say in my mind, thank you. And then I slowly breathe out. Now, just doing that, I've been doing that for the last year, has prevented me from feeling overwhelmed, really anxious, and stressed. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, I still feel stressed. I'm a human being. I'm definitely not perfect, but I acknowledge it. And I have this simple practice in place so stress doesn't fester in my body. Because when we allow stress to fester and build up in our body, we can get sick. Our immune system lowers. We start to feel out of alignment. We can snap at the people that we love. We can become overreactive and oversensitive. Someone might say something to you and, they don't mean anything by it, but you just fly off the handle because you've been triggered by it. Because all of this stuff just builds up within us. So we have to have a practice in place to release it. I still meditate, I still exercise, I journal, I get regular massages. I'm foam rolling at the moment because I can't go and see my normal masseuse. But it's really important to have all these practices in place. But when you're in a state of real stress or real burnout, those practices don't work as well. So this week, when you feel triggered by something, when you start to feel your body tense up, or you start to feel that energy of anger or guilt or shame or frustration or sadness, just acknowledge it. Just say, okay, you're there. Thank you. I accept that you're there. Now I want to release you. So deep breath in, hold, slow breath out. And you do that for as long as you need to until you feel yourself calming down. And then focus on gratitude. Hold that image in your mind. Nice deep breath in again. Fill up the lungs. And then a nice slow deep breath out. Now just doing that simple reset will make you feel calmer, more centered, and more present. And from there, you then can be more choiceful as to how you respond to the situation. You can think clearer because you're not in that heightened state. And you will start to focus on more things in your life that you can be thankful for and appreciate. And even at this time, when it would be easy to focus on all the things that we're missing out on, it would be easy to focus on all the things that we miss. It would be easy to focus on all the negativity. But there is always something to be grateful for. And when we're in that state of gratitude, we invite more things to be grateful for. I truly believe what you put out is what you get back. So be aware this week of your energy. Be aware this week of what you're saying. Are you constantly complaining? Are you constantly saying, when's this going to end? I miss this, I miss that. Be aware of that energy that you're putting out. And instead invite more positivity. So I really hope this little technique helps you throughout this week. I know for me, it's made a massive difference in my life. And even when I'm not feeling stressed, I actually use it throughout the day just to reset me in between tasks. So I have an alarm that goes off every hour. And when the alarm goes off, I just take a nice deep breath and go, release. Because, we can build up some tension in our shoulders and our bodies from sitting at our desks. And then I take that little bit of a break. And then I go again, feeling really re-energized. So have a incredible week. Be centered, be calm in this chaos. and see if this simple technique helps you. And if it does, please comment, please share this with a few people, with as many people as you can, to spread the message so we can all stay positive, calm and centered at this time. Have a wonderful week, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the Mind to Lead podcast. I really hope you got some great takeaways and key learnings from this episode. To help us spread the message, please give us a rating and leave us a review. We love reading your thoughts and your insights and your learnings. And look, reach out to me. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm Georgie Hubbard. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm Georgie L. Hubbard. Let's connect. I hope you have an incredible day, and I look forward to speaking to you all again soon.